What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Did Hugh Jackman tease returning as Wolverine? There are few actors, Marvel actors at that could post something to their Instagram and cause what happened yesterday. Breaking late, almost every news editorial that covers this kind of thing had a headline saying the same thing. Hugh Jackman possibly teases return with social media post. Well, I have those social media posts here for you exactly. I screenshotted them myself, so there's no, hey, this was taken down, although eventually they were stories that disappeared. We have screenshots of both photos. We're going to talk about exactly what happened on Hugh Jackman's social media, why this got ran with all over the place, and what else it possibly could have meant other than him teasing a return to the MCU as Wolverine. We're going to break down all the possibilities and what happened with this, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers, Disney Plus subscriptions every week while the shows are live. We're also still giving away this amazing Avengers 118 graded in a 9.4 CGC signature series signed by Tom Hiddleston Loki and Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch, who happen to feature side by side on the cover. We're giving this away next week, so if you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit that subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So, full disclaimer, there is not anything more to this story than a couple of photos that were posted sequentially to the story part of the Instagram on Hugh Jackman's official account. Now, a lot of times the way this happens is people post things, they delete them, especially with Tom Hardy in Spider-Man and Venom. He would post these pictures, delete them immediately, and then we'd have to go on other people's words that they were up. Not in this case. I saw them with my own two eyes. The first photo that was pictured that he shared on his story was of Boss Logic's recent Instagram post of just obviously the glove with the claws. He then immediately shared to his story a picture of him and Kevin Feige. Well, when you put those two next to each other on your own story, Hugh Jackman doesn't owe us anything as a fandom, but he is acutely aware that the fandom is going to look at those two photos in sequence and wonder if he's coming back, and for good reason, because the rumors have been out there literally nonstop since he retired from the role. Now, there are a couple of things that could be going on, mainly the fact that, well, Hugh Jackman and Kevin Feige already worked together. Kevin Feige involved as a producer on those original X-Men films, so they actually go way back. This could be a photo taken at any time commemorating his time as Wolverine, shared by another piece of concept art by Boss Logic. But since these photos got posted and all these headlines got run, and I don't take for granted that you guys keep up with Marvel Cinematic Universe and all the detailed news every single day for the last 3 years the way I have, it is definitely important to point out that there have been several rumors and confirmed meetings along the way between these two and a full court press to bring Hugh Jackman's Wolverine back into the MCU. It all started really, Ryan Reynolds has been trying to get this guy to come back in a buddy movie in an MCU capacity to have a Deadpool Wolverine movie. But even further than that, it was confirmed by Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios reached out to them already about coming back to retain their roles as both Wolverine and Professor X in a multiverse capacity, most likely for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where it's rumored we may see alternate versions of all kinds of characters. Now, what was told to us from Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman exactly, more so from Patrick Stewart, was after they saw Logan together, that was really the final chapter for both of them playing these roles. And if it hadn't have been for that and the way that the franchise ended, how final that movie was, and the finality really of Logan in that saga, that they would have considered it. But that was really the final piece for them, saying goodbye to the roles, the same way that Robert Downey Jr. wanted to say goodbye to Iron Man for good. No plans of coming back, and they said that they turned Marvel Studios down. But then you add on top of that all of the money and all of the prowess of these MCU films, how Hugh Jackman was really the best part about those X-Men films and never got to be a part of the MCU. And then you take Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, the fact that Ryan Reynolds is very vocal about wanting him back for a buddy film in the MCU, all the rumors to boot. Then when you see these two photos posted in sequence on Hugh Jackman's Instagram, that's what spawned all of these headlines and rumors, regardless of the fact if they worked together on the X-Men film, regardless of the fact if there's any legitimacy to any of this. Hugh Jackman, it's his Instagram. he can post whatever he wants. He doesn't have to be acutely aware that we're going to see those two pictures in sequence and I'll freak out and have editorials last night, literally every single one popping up in my feed with the exact same title as this video, Hugh Jackman teases return to the MCU, when it could be no more than him just sharing a photo of an old friend when he saw some other concept art of Wolverine. Make no bones about it. If Wolverine comes back to the MCU, it'll be the biggest thing in Hugh Jackman's iteration. It'll be one of the biggest things, or the biggest thing that happens in that film, aside from, say, a cameo from Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man or something along those lines. And because we don't know exactly how the MCU plans on populating and or explaining the multiverse when we see other iterations like Toby and Andrew, the door is wide open on any of the other Marvel franchises now. That includes the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and all of those TV shows. We've already heard we're going to see Matt Murdock as a lawyer and hopefully eventually as Daredevil, but in the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home, where he's set to be Peter Parker's lawyer. We also reported here at the channel he has a cameo in the upcoming She-Hulk, where he's also playing a lawyer. The door is wide open for variants of any kind from any previous Marvel Cinematic Universe before the MCU to come show up, and maybe after enough time, with the right amount of money, the right pitch, the right actors attached like Ryan Reynolds in his Deadpool film for the MCU, they found the right way to convince him to bring him in. But regardless, I still think at his age, with as much time as he spent with the character, this was nothing more than sort of maybe teasing the entire fan base. And I can tell by the reaction from the editorials and the headlines and the reaction here at the channel and the community, all of my DMs this morning, you guys are all for it. And I think if you're one of those who isn't, don't worry, he doesn't have to permanently stay in the MCU. Again, if the right story and the right multiverse opportunity present themselves, he can come in, play Wolverine for a little while, but then really pass the mantle to whomever's going to play Wolverine as a younger man here in the MCU going forward. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, how hype you are for this, what exactly you think was going on, and quickly let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 now at 900,000 subscribers, as well as Disney Plus subscriptions every week while the shows are live. We're also giving away this insane Avengers 118 graded in a 9.4 CGC Signature Series comic graded by CGC, who was there live in person when it was signed by Tom Hiddleston Loki and Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch. That's how CGC does it. They have to be live in person for autographs or they won't authenticate them. So if you want to be entered to win the Avengers 118, the subscriptions weekly, we're giving away the comic next week, also the PlayStation 5s and all the other prizes we continue to give away here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. All you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content at the channel has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and if you like, hit that like button. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Guys, thanks for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.